is going to be an important video because that invisible black hole, they called it an invisible monster. And in NASA's video, they described it as a beast. They did. But when it comes right down to it, it could quite possibly be classified as a life form, a living entity, according to the way they classify life forms. This is like scientific, from a scientific point of view. We're talking right down to the molecular level of a black cloud. And we're going to talk about Fred Hoyle's black cloud. I'm sitting down there in the living room relaxing. Let me just show this Hubble. Let's look at this right here, you all. Okay, let me see if I can flip it over. I'm going to let you hear it. If I can.
Galactic space, fast enough to travel from Earth to the moon.
Okay.
Invisible giant monster on the loose. It's barreling through intergalactic space, fast enough to travel from Earth to the moon in 14 minutes. But don't worry, luckily this beast is very, very far away. This potential supermassive black hole, weighing as much as 20 million suns, has left behind a never-before-seen 200,000 light-year-long trail of newborn stars. The streamer is twice the diameter of our Milky Way galaxy. It's likely the result of a rare, bizarre game of galactic billiards among three massive black holes. Astronomers suspect that first two galaxies merged perhaps 50 million years ago. That brought together two supermassive black holes at their centers. They whirled around each other until another galaxy came along with its own supermassive black hole. The three of them chaotically orbited around each other. This unstable configuration couldn't last, and eventually one of them was violently flung out of the host galaxy. Rather than gobbling up stars ahead of it, this speedy black hole is plowing into gas in front of it to trigger new star formation along a narrow corridor. The next step is to do follow-up observations with NASA's James Webb Space Telescope and the Chandra X-ray Observatory. Also, NASA's upcoming Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope will have a wide-angle view of the universe with Hubble's high resolution. As a survey telescope, the Roman observations might find more of these rare and improbable events elsewhere in the universe. Hubble, once again showing us that the universe is full of fascinating phenomena.
So this is Hubble. So they described it as a beast. They did say that it was like got into a tussle, more or less, with two other giant other black holes is what happened. And one left. So about this right here, they called it a beast, an invisible monster. You heard the CNN people talk about it, you all. So I got to thinking about it when I heard about it, and I've been looking up what are, black holes could be at the subatomic level, really teeny tiny, like CERN does. Boom, little black matter, black, whatever it is, you all. But they talk about a primordial. Could a primordial, an ancient black hole that's been around since the beginning of the Big Bang, could it be black matter? Could you describe it as dark matter? Dark matter. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. I did. I thought, well, could it? Because CERN's looking for dark matter, and they say the bulk of the universe, has lots of little dark matter all over it. So it reminded me of the black cloud. The black cloud. Okay, we can see Fred Hoyle's black cloud. I'm going to get over here. The black cloud. I'm going to go somewhere with this. It is really important because this really could classify that as a living being. Okay, look at this. So we have the book, The Black Cloud. What's really interesting about this, The Black Cloud, Fred Hoyle. What is it about? The Black Cloud is a 1957 science fiction novel by British astrophysicist Fred Hoyle. It details the arrival of an enormous cloud of gas. I want you to keep that word, an enormous cloud of gas that enters the solar system and appears about to destroy most of life on Earth by blocking the sun's radiation. So this is what the black cloud is right here. Okay, let's look at this, see what else. Fred Hoyle, astrophysicist, believes that as new matter forms, the universe expands without end because it is infinite in space and time, and the galaxies tend to space themselves more widely apart. If you're just tuning in, we're going to get to how this could be classified, that black hole that they're talking about on NASA, how it could be classified as a life form. So this book was done 1957. It has various, like, I don't know, looks to its book. So, outstanding contributions, elements that make up our universe and stuff like this. Okay. Dark clouds. Look, what is the significance of black clouds? Dark clouds are generally an ominous thing. They represent the raw power of nature, an unstoppable force that you can only prepare for and hope that you are able to withstand. Dark clouds, big rain. I'm going to get down to it. I really am. I am. I'm going to get down to it. So let's see what World War II. Shortly after World War II, Fred Hoyle created the theory that the chemical elements were assembled by nuclear reactions in the interior of the stars and subsequently ejected into interstellar gas. Interstellar gas, okay. Interstellar gas. Okay, we got it. I'm trying to get down here to this. Look, they didn't give him the Nobel Peace Prize because he had a theory that life on Earth had begun. It had been seeded from space, which was a highly controversial theory that was received poorly by many other scientists. And it is possible that the Nobel Prize Committee did not want to award a prize to a scientist who caused such controversy, because he said life was probably seeded from space. Okay, seeded from space, you are. Now this is okay. We're here. We're getting to it. We're getting right down to it, y'all. Hopefully, I can get this out without too long. So the black cloud, his black cloud. Okay, what's inside a black cloud? A black cloud is mainly composed of hydrogen. Small pieces of solid matter at the center are linked together to form a complex neurological system. That's what a black cloud is. The mere fact, they say hydrogen, mainly composed of hydrogen, and a complex neurological system means, it is intelligent. It's intelligent. Okay, it's intelligent. And thus we have the black cloud. Okay, now look at this. What is the Hoyle state of carbon-12? The nucleus of ordinary carbon is 12C, consists of 6 protons and 6 neutrons, but it has an excited state, a state of higher energy in which it acts like 3 alpha particles orbiting each other. This is called the Hoyle state. Okay, we're talking about the black cloud. We're talking about a primordial monster, a primordial black cloud, black hole, more or less, primordial black hole that they dubbed the beast, that they dubbed the monster. Okay, now then we come over to this, you all. Look. So, do black holes have hydrogen? The bottom spectrum reveals that supermassive black holes have a reservoir of colder, denser gases with large quantity of molecular hydrogen and silicate dust that absorb light from the central regions of the galaxy. So large quantities of molecular hydrogen, that's a supermassive black hole with silica dust. And we saw that, you got his black cloud, okay, an enormous cloud of gas, but he called it a black cloud, enormous cloud of gas that will block the Earth's sun radiation. And let's get here again, I'm going to get over to it. Reactions of stars and stuff like this. Tornadoes and a black cloud itself is mainly composed of hydrogen. So we've got a regular black cloud composed of hydrogen, and then we've got a black hole has denser gas with large quantities of molecular hydrogen. Okay, we got that, silica dust. And there we have black cloud. Okay, that's fine. Astrophysics, Hoyle. If you're just tuning in, I'm getting to it. So then we get to look at this. So the black cloud. We got this primordial monster, invisible monster, barreling toward space, headed straight toward Earth. Okay, we do. And they described it as a monster. They asked if it was evil, and then he described it as a beast. This is like the second video we've done on it. Defining life. Okay. After the black cloud realizes that Earth holds self-aware life forms, look where this is coming from. The National Institute of Health.gov. Look at this right here. So they did a paper defining life. I did this on my laptop because I did all of my stuff right here. Okay, I want you to see where it came from. Astrobiology, the National Library of Medicine, defining life. That's what we're trying to do. Define life, and we're talking about Ed Hoyle's The Black Cloud right here. And we know that the black cloud has hydrogen in it, and a black hole has molecular hydrogen, more or less hydrogen on a molecular level. So let's get down to this, you all. We're going to do this. Look, the elite, they're talking about the elite and stuff like that. A definition embodies theory. The NASA definition of life avoids some of the simplest counterexamples that often defeat the list definitions for life. All right, so let's come over here, you all. They're talking about Star Trek. They're talking about Data, the android Data. We're talking about him as a life form, you all. So we're coming right down here. The NASA definition also captures the theory of life. Besides, we've already done this like 3 or 4 times. We've talked about this right here, paper that was written. Look, off screen, fictional forms of life appear to defy NASA's definition. For example, Fred Hoyle's published story, The Black Cloud, a fictional entity that floats into our solar system and blocks our sunlight, placing Earth in distress. After the black cloud realizes that Earth holds self-aware life forms, it politely moves out of the way. How can it? How can this black cloud realize, how could it realize that Earth held life? Well, we found out what was inside a black cloud, you all. We reread about what was inside of a black cloud. Let me get to it. This is what a black cloud is composed of. It's mainly composed of hydrogen, small pieces of solid matter, and at the center linked together to form a complex neurological system. Okay, that's what it says, a black cloud. Okay, let's look at this. So, let me come over to here. So, if we were to encounter Q, the Calamarian, or any of these other conjectural entities during real, not conceptual, trek through the stars, well, that primordial black hole is coming straight toward Earth, we would be forced to concede that they do represent living systems because they have the attributes that we value in living systems. We would also be forced to agree that they do not fall within the NASA definition of life, and we would therefore be forced to agree that we need a new definition of life, for life. If a black cloud, we got a primordial black hole, more or less, a monster, invisible monster headed straight toward Earth, were to float into our solar system, they specifically mentioned solar system in one of the other videos we did the other night, and begin to apologize to us, we would certainly reject any definition that does not include it as life, especially if we want to encourage particularly polite life forms. So we can see that, you all. So we do not now, see how they italicize that? We do not now change our definition of life so as to accommodate Q, the black cloud, or any other example of weird life from Hollywood, because we do not italicize, we do not constructively believe that this kind of life is possible. So with respect to Q in the black cloud, no one's proposing an early warning system. Here's your warning right here. Here is your early warning system. Okay, they don't constructively believe that this kind of life is possible. They italicized it. Look at this. A brief comment on the word constructive is in order. A constructive belief is one that actually act upon. For example, many people say that they believe global warming will raise the sea level in a few years. Those who constructively believe this do not buy homes in Miami Beach. Those who do buy homes in Miami Beach do not constructively believe that the sea level will rise, even if they say they do. Now, here's where it gets interesting. With respect to Q or the black cloud. Now, remember, we got this supermassive invisible monster, primordial black cloud, black hole barreling toward Earth. No one is proposing an early warning system to detect such entities as disruptive as they would be if they were to appear. We do not devote resources to protect ourselves from transdimensional beings or black clouds because we constructively do not believe that they can exist. But then they say, likewise, a group of beings who have achieved perfect immortality may no longer need to reproduce and may therefore lose their ability to reproduce. These, according to our definition theory, have lost their status as a living system. We do not now change our definition of life to include such beings because we do not constructively believe that perfect immortality is possible. Biosignatures can also be incorporated into this view. According to our definition theory of life, nanites and androids, Data of Star Trek, Marvin of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, are examples of artificial life. And we do not doubt that the Darwinian evolution can be simulated in a computer. They don't doubt it. They don't doubt it. But the black cloud, they say constructively, do not believe. But now they're saying they don't doubt this. The androids, do not doubt that androids can be created, including androids such as Data who wish to be human. Our definition of theory life, however, excludes the possibility that computers, their viruses or androids, could have risen without a creator that had already emerged by the Darwinian process. So you all look. Likewise, no matter how intelligent these android robots are, our definition theory of life requires us to regard their intelligence as artificial. But then they talk about the nanites that have a biosignature. They are an artificial life form. So any intelligent that either displays would be artificial, but they have self-sustaining chemical systems capable. So they must have been, oh no. So you don't want to hear about this because then they're going to talk about humankind life. You can come over here and you can see this on this. Just type this in. See this, you all just go there, the ncbi.nlm.nih.gov, PMC articles, boom, boom. Oh yeah, it's going to talk about humans also, you all. Humans, Homo sapiens, is already stretching our definition theory of life. But the black cloud, we got I'm not supposed to get into that. We got a cloud at Hoyle's black cloud, okay, of a dark black cloud entity that comes and blocks out the sun. And you can see that a black cloud is mainly composed of hydrogen. And primordial black holes, these supermassive black holes, have hydrogen molecules in them, you all. Hydrogen molecules in them. Molecular hydrogen with silicate dust. See, Hubble, that's what they do, Hubble, right here. They could very, very well, when this black hole comes, and it could hit Earth. If it hits Earth, it said you would feel it. You would feel it. And it could tear the moon apart too. It could destroy the moon as it comes barreling through, and pieces of the moon, it said, could fall to the Earth. So I think they do know something. They know something about it. They'd like to capture it inside the Earth. They would. They said almost 0% of capturing a black hole inside the Earth. Almost 0%. But they won't go to zero, they said. If that black hole, primordial. Primordial means ancient. 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 So what would they do? What are we going to do if it comes and they say, this is the creator? This is the creator. This is a life form right here. This is the life form right here. See, it's wild. It's really wild. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. A black cloud is composed of hydrogen, mainly. They say that scientists really do refer to black clouds as having solid matter when they really don't, but they say they have solid matter at their center. But they say it's just a gaseous form, just gaseous. Hydrogen. Is there such thing as a liquid hydrogen, you all? Is there liquid hydrogen? Or is it just gas? Or is it solid? Hello, you all. No, so this could literally, this thing that's barreling through this black hole that's creating a trail of stars. Never before 200,000 light years. You know what light years means from the past, more or less. It was created, following the behind. Okay, following. But primordial black holes, you all. Primordial black holes. Primordial black holes. Ooh, what's happening to this? Look, primordial black holes, hypothetical black holes that form soon after the Big Bang due to an extreme, see, that's Wikipedia. What happens if a primordial black hole, you can see the black holes, hit Earth? The possibility that a black hole could actually impact the Earth may seem straight out of science fiction, but reality is that microscopic primordial black holes have actually hit Earth. And if one did, it would be an impact like an asteroid. It had passed straight through the Earth on the one side. But then they talked about it making the Earth be heavy, like twice its size. Let me see. I don't know where I found the one at. Is there a black hole that would destroy the Earth? Could they destroy the Earth? They do not go around in space. Earth will not fall into a black hole. How fast would a black hole destroy the Earth? 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, now let's wait. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you all. Why did they give this time frame of 10 to 15 minutes, talking about how fast would a black hole destroy Earth, when they gave the timestamp that a black hole could go to the moon, from the Earth to the moon, in 14 minutes? In 14 minutes. If a black hole went to the moon, it would destroy the moon. Why did they put that there? Why didn't they say the moon? Oh, they had to say it would take 10 to 15 minutes for the whole entire Earth to fall into a black hole. So when it gets, yeah, no. See, that's why they gave that time example of the moon. Something's going to happen. What if a primordial black hole hit the sun? It would be impossible for astronomers to see. What's the closest, the biggest black hole? Could we survive a black hole? It could be theoretically possible, but not very likely to survive a trip into a massive black hole. You don't want to. The move would be permanent. And at the center of the black hole, it is said that time, more or less, I guess, stands still. Spaghettification. Would we survive an orbiting black hole? It's technically possible, but it would be a weird place to live. A weird place to live, you all. How long is 1 minute in a black hole? On the black hole, space and time are intertwined, called space-time. The gravity has the ability to stretch space-time. Objects with a large mass would be able to stretch space-time to the point that our perception of it changes. Okay, you all. So, wormholes. Wormholes exist. Einstein's theory of general relativity. None have been discovered today. Well, we just had somebody watch it happen. Somebody just did an experiment. We did an experiment on that. Somebody did an experiment. So this black hole could be called, look at this. Are we inside here? On the other hand, anyone inside the white hole would know that, so they could be fooled. Why does PBS have something on there about that, you all? Really think about that. Why do you got something on that PBS? Can you theoretically destroy a black hole? Nothing can escape it. They evaporate. What would it look like from Earth? Oh, this is what it would look like from Earth. A black hole. Let's see. Well, that's what the sun looks like as it's rising. It has this, you ever look at the sunrise as the sun's rising and it's going down? It has this right here on it, you all. It does. Does it not have that on it? It literally looks like it's got wings. That's what it looks like at times, just like that as it's going down. It does. And what if they're trying to cover it up so we can't see? Because it really does. It has that big arch in it in the sky. That big arch of it in the sky. It does, you all. Let me see if we can get to that. Oh, look at this. Oh, no, get this off of there.
Hole.
I don't want to play that, you all. If there's a center, objects that are really close to the Earth, let me see this. Objects that are close to the Earth, we got these scientists. You want to see that they're very fast moving, the objects, when you think there is a black hole. If there's a black hole, then there's further prediction you can make about it. What these stars are going to do, they're going to move around the black hole in a very short period. In other words, you're going to be able to see them move and then just straight lines apart as they travel around the black hole. So let me see. I wanted to get to that picture of it. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I wanted to get to that image of what it looks like. And it does. The sun looks something like that. Right, just like that, you all. Black hole at the center of every galaxy. Oh, no. Let's see if we can get that. There's a black hole at the center of every galaxy. Is the sun at the center of our galaxy, you all? Is it? Because then it would be the black hole sun. It would. The black hole sun. There's a black hole at the center of every galaxy. No, it ain't. Okay, look at this. Look at the arch on it. This is what the sun looks like as it's sitting at times in the sky or rising. There's a great big curvature to it, you all. Just like that, a great big curvature. So we're talking about that black hole, the primordial black hole that is coming toward Earth. It's coming toward Earth, you all. And it's a monster. It's been described as an invisible monster. It's been described as a beast. It's been described as tearing and ripping through space with its like beam targeting Earth, headed this way. And they could call it an entity. It could be classified as a life form. It really could, since black clouds have a neurological, whatever they said they had. I can't remember. What did they say they had? I don't know. I touched into it and messed it all up. They have, let me see if I can get it. A neurological system. Black clouds, a neurological system composed of hydrogen. Boom! Just like that. Mountain. Okay. Yes, lipstick, and yes. Please don't be disrespectful like that on here, you all. No, we don't need to be having that kind of talk on this live stream. We don't. Okay, we don't. It's kind of disrespectful. Inappropriate. It is. Yeah. So, yeah. It's a complex neurological system. Oh, you're welcome, lipstick. I am going to go. You all. I am. And it's something to think about. They're calling it a runaway black hole. But if one were to come, if they were to come, where would we at, you all? Where were we at? The next generation, deja vu. If we were to consider it, they will not give you no early warning system. If the Q or the black cloud, no one will propose an early warning system to detect such entities. They're describing them as entities, is what they are. Entities, the Q or the black cloud. As disruptive as they would be, and we're liable to say our world is kind of disruptive. It is. We do not devote resources to protect ourselves from transdimensional beings. They're talking about transdimensional beings or black clouds because we constructively do not believe they can exist. And you see what they said. Constructively believe right there. So I am going to go, you all. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Thank you.